Okay, greetings game changers. This is Classic Games Redefined. My name is Rich. As I said, I was originally going to look to do a series of videos on an integration of chess variants with the group, actually running across the game Binfa and a few other things. I figured probably my focus is going to be a bit broader than just the integration. That's also what I have with the Facebook group. I mean the board game group, guild, club, or whatever they call it there. Originally, guilds is original name, but they also have clubs for it. So, I guess the main thrust is you actually probably have a category. If you see the question mark in the middle, you have war games on one side and abstract games or abstract strategy games. The question mark there is in parentheses because there's some debate over it. Anyhow, if you see that middle part there, just that middle section between the two that you see chess occupy. There's other games that would possibly fit in that too. You might argue some intra-war games might fit in that also. But I was originally going to call this concept abstract armies. I realized the idea of abstract war games or abstract warfare games might be an appropriate name. There might be some differences here. Anyhow, the main focus of this video series that we're going to do, which is actually going to be a playlist. I'm going to try to get some things organized here, but it might end up being a bit of a junk drawer where I get an impulse and I throw something on here. I have no idea how long it's going to run. Is to look at this area between war games and also the area between abstract strategy games or abstract games. So we'll be looking at some things here, pretty much looking again like stuff called abstract armies, abstract warfare. Mention of that. We'll look at the concept of abstraction versus simulation, have a discussion regarding that here. We could say the abstraction of war. Here's one thing about war games, though. They can arguably said that they are an abstraction of war. Anytime you do a game that isn't a pure simulation, you're going to be getting into what ifs, and you're going to be abstracting, taking the essence of something and distilling it down and dropping off externalities of it. Some degree. You'll be modeling through other systems, like normally in a war game, the combat result table, which represents probability, which is not how war works. I know that a war game like the Operational Art of War, the more simulation you get, the more obscure it gets. I remember trying to do Operational Art of War from years ago, and the combat system was unclear. Compared to like the Ardennes Offensive or something else, or the classic war game was relatively clear. There's a degree of abstraction you're doing there. So we're going to be skating here. When you go between that area of the abstract strategy game and a war game, for example, here, what you're looking at here in this category is something that's inherently, if you're not careful, will end up absorbing every single thing that's war games. And if you get abstract enough, you probably could say every single abstract strategy game or abstract game is a war game of some sort. Well, that's the reason why we might have some bleeding over and discussion regarding it here. But we're going to try the best of our ability to do that. And your input into this here, your input into the board game geek group would be of value here. I mean, other things you can look at, we can look at different games, just reviews of them, maybe how to plays, and take a look at them from the perspective of what can we pull out from it, what mechanism, what units can be reused, and also possibly reviews for it. The thing is, this area between the abstract strategy game will get some classics that go around. War games have them, but the intro war game and the abstract games with area chess variants, we'll discuss that in a second here, those usually don't end up doing well in a marketplace, and it might be worth looking into why. And when you distill it down, we'll think down next chess here. I think part of it is the impulses they want to see. If we did chess in the modern era, what would it look like? So we'll get that there. Another thing happening that's tied to the original thought I was talking about, the guidelines for integrating of abstract of chess variants together in chess-like games, and even elements from other war games, abstract war games. Abstract warfare games. Looking at elements on how to do that. Like I was thinking of doing a video on looking at how to bring checkers into chess, the Chinese chess canon, other things, how to use chess pieces. Doing videos on that, maybe looking at some intra-war games, how would you model tanks in a chess environment? I don't know yet. So related to integration to that would be mashups of taking one game together, of mixing like regular FIDE chess, FIDE chess, with Zhangyi, pardon me if I'm mispronouncing the Chinese chess here, sticking the king in a fortress, looking at what happens because you have a 9x9 board. What do you do with the bishops of different color? Probably some intra-war games are going to get thrown in here. I mean, I might even look at something like a game like Lightning D-Day, for example, and how that does it. So that would be very abstract. You're playing cards in a line, battle line, shot and top, which I didn't think would be appropriate. They might here. So be looking at that there. Again, chess-like games, the Abstract Army games. We're probably going to have Abstract Army a bit longer. I think there was one game I probably want to look at called, I think, Theater of War or something. Might have been by a game called by a company called 360. It was a very abstract game. Yeah, that's it. Maybe we'll look at the original game Ice House. I don't know yet. I have to look at that here. So, I mean, the main goal of this series of videos that we're doing and my work here with the group on Board Game Geek and everything else here, the main goal here is to add clarity to this. Just that question mark area, so perhaps add some definition, help create this as a genre, maybe drum up some interest in this. Which relates to a second goal I have here. As I said, I have an interest in trying to get a game system on the market that would be equivalent to chess variant. And integrate this stuff together here. Along the lines of maybe Navia Dot, for example. But chess related. I'll go into it and we'll be looking at this here. So I'd be interested to just drum up interest as in along the lines of chess variants. So let me discuss chess variants for a second here. Chess variants would lend things to here with certain play mechanics, and we're talking about chess-like games. So the reason why I'm differentiating the Abstract Armies from that is that I think it's inappropriate to call a game like Shogi a chess variant. It's its own game. Same with Zhangyi. Same with these other games like chess around the world. They're chess-like games. But even saying that, you're using chess as the benchmark. So chess variants would be the subset of that. If you go to chessvariants.org, you see that usually chess, by the sheer spread across the world, it might be debatable where the chess-like game in China, Zhangyi, and pardon me if I'm mispronouncing it, might have more players than regular chess as far as dedicated, but as far as spread, chess is probably the top games of this checkmate royal elimination variety. So anyhow, we have the chess variants, which are offshoots of that there. And chessvariants.org goes into it, so it's looking at the idea of perhaps the concept of mutators, etc. As relating to this as part of viability, I'll probably look at something else about pieces that are pretty much physical pieces in a world. It's part of the idea I have of having a viable market for it, so you can buy chess variant pieces. I don't know how it's going to be, and if it's just me doing these videos and a few people, it's not going to be anything. But may I have some ideas, and I have some ideas, and I'll look to show on how to do chess variant pieces, how to do these variant pieces in an expensive manner, and also regarding this on this integration side, the issues we're looking at. So that is what you're looking at, the core of these videos you'll see on this playlist here. I'm going to try to organize them, have some other things done. I just want to get this video up here because I've been wanting to put stuff up here, so this is the introduction. So I mean, that's it. Main thing, that gap between war games and abstract games, abstract strategy games, that is the point I want to look at and explore with a series of these videos. So that's it. There will be some videos that will go up and some discussion where people will debate. This doesn't fit in that category. This does, whatever else. The Periphery would be one example. I thought it was like Risk. It's an abstract game. It probably doesn't fit it. A lot of dice rolling. So if you're going alongside chess, that's it. So maybe these different names like Abstract War Games, Abstract Armies, Abstract Warfare Games, they might represent different things. The Abstraction of War. So anyhow, that is about it here. I'm going to be checking out now. I'm going to upload this video. I put some comments below. Feel free to go at this here. So anyhow, this is the one about the integration of chess variants. This is going to be just some larger part of it, so I'll be probably working for it. I don't have a deadline. I might do a closed video on dumb. So anyhow, going on about 10 minutes here. Apparently what somebody said is if you go over 10 minutes here, YouTube likes it. I don't know, but anyhow, we'll go over 10 minutes. We're going to wrap up here. So that's about it. I do want to thank you for listening here. I don't know how many people are going to watch this, but that's it. But I'm going to check out. So you'll see this thing. We'll be adding this video to the series soon and explain it. So I'm out of here. So I do want to thank you for listening, looking at the diagram here. And that's it. I'm out. So may your die always roll 5. And remember, don't hate the player. Change the game. Okay, I'm out. Take care.